welcome. Today I am going over my first match in the DLC Draft League. Now my voice is a bit softer today, I've brought it down a bit, trying out something a little easier on the throat, and hopefully you can still hear me okay. I mean, obviously you'll still hear me okay, because if this is awful I'm not going to put this in the recording, I'm going to start again. But either way, let's crack on. Now, a few things to note is this is like, we're about to start week 4, so I'm very behind on this one. So a few changes on both teams coming up, but you'll see them later. So his tier 1 pick was Rillaboom, tier 2 pick was Blissey, tier 3 Mineshaw, Jolteon, Tyrantrum, Meowstic. Instead of Mega Alakazam, he had Mega Diancie, Tornadus T, Tangrowth, Persimmon and Froakie. So this is what I was prepping for. And this is the team I bought. So Celesteela with Heavy Slam, Leech Seed, Flamethrower Protect deals very well into the majority of his team. Now, things that check it were, let's see, Rillaboom, nope. Blissey, yes, kind of. Well, actually no, not kind of, like, I don't want to stay in on Blissey with it, never. Especially with the things that I could have lower down which would threaten it. Mineshaw, 50-50. I'd probably 1v1, he probably doesn't want to stay in. Jolteon definitely needed to get out of there. Tyrantrum needed to be out of there. Meowstic's just annoying. Diancie, we check completely, like no matter what set he runs. Heavy Slam was 100%. Oko, Tornadus, depends what it was running. If it was running Heat Wave, then yes, but I'm also running Flamethrower. No, never mind, Flamethrower doesn't touch him back, ignore me. I'm looking at Tangrowth. Tangrowth, Flamethrower does a lot of damage into, so he checks Tangrowth. Persimmon does okay into, and Froakie, I think that was just a meme, I don't think he was ever bringing it. So already, you know, it's 50% of the team is checked by Celesteela, and the other half is checked by Diggersby, so I didn't really need much outside of this. As long as I could get these two in position, then I was winning. The reason I was running high horsepower on Diggersby was simply because of Rillaboom. I could run Earthquake, but if Rillaboom comes in and drops the terrain, then automatically my thing is halved. My damage output is halved. Next we have Gyarados, Mega Gyarados. Now, I am completely new to Nat Dex. Z-moves were illegal, so no need to worry about that. But Gyarados is one of my all-time favourite Pokemon, especially in VGC. Like I genuinely think he is one of the most underrated Pokemon in VGC. But this isn't VGC, so that's a tangent. Normally, I'd run Moxie, but Intimidate seems to work better. Also, on the note, if he got Flip Turn, he would be straight up broken. Now we put enough speed in so that after one Dragon Dance I was outspeeding everyone, and that's all I needed to it. Lycanroc, which had his Focus Sash. Sandrust, just because his other abilities were Keen Eye and Steadfast, which didn't really give me anything anyway. So, just standard Sword Dance, Accelerock, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge. I wasn't expecting to do much other than get rocks up, maybe, and get an Accelerock off, but if I remember he didn't even do that. And then we got Kyurem with a Choice Scarf. I was spent a long time debating whether I wanted Scarf or Specs, but looking at his team, I also went in hard on his team with this Pokemon. So Choice Scarf, just to guarantee my outspeed, and I didn't need the extra firepower as such. So we just went with Timid, enough speed to outspeed anything, even if it is Scarfed. Freeze Dry because it's Freeze Dry, although I wasn't really hitting anything for extra damage, I don't think, other than Froakie. So Freeze Dry was a bit of a wasted slot, but there wasn't really anything else to put there. I genuinely do not like Focus Blasts, and I don't really need it on this team. There's nothing particularly, there's no reason to run Focus Blast at all. So Freeze Dry, Draco Meteor, because any dragon, any special dragon needs to drop a Draco, it's just what they do. Flash Cannon, just in case I needed to stay in on, not Alakazam, Diancie. It was doing something, but that was a very unlikely situation. and then Earth Power just because it was the last move slot. I didn't know what else to put in. And lastly, I had this Mantine with Defog, Roost, Toxic and Air Slash. Leftovers and Swift Swim. Swift Swim just because Water Veil and Water Absorb weren't getting me anything anyway, so it didn't really matter. And that was the team. I was thinking about adding someone with a Rain Dance, but it wouldn't be worth it, especially for what Mantine can do. He just wants to come in, take a hit, Roost, Defog, or Toxic something, Air Slash if need be. It was basically, that was my sponge of a Pokemon, so it was all about positioning. This was going to be a very position-based match because we were both very, I would say 50-50, but my two hard hitters, like, they aren't particularly fast, but they are bulky enough, so it was just a case of getting them in place and using everyone else's pieces to do that. And here's the battle itself. We start off, it's Mine Show versus Lycanroc, so we both switch, and I get the upper hand here with Mantine. Now, I don't know why Toxic's here. It's a bit redundant when Air Slash would have done a lot more. I will start off by saying that I did play pretty rough in this, and I'll talk you through every mistake I made because it was a lot. That miss there helped a lot, to be honest. Well, a bit. So I don't resist it, I think it's neutral, but I am very bulky, so I don't think it would have done too much. But scares him out into Tyrantrum. Now Tyrantrum at this point I didn't know was Scarf, but I'll find out very soon he is. Then in Lycanroc, because I know I can go down to Sash, thinking I'll get rocks up, but no, second one, gone. So I send in Kyurem, and Draco. Take him out in one. And that there was his surprise, his Scarf. But as I said, I didn't need the thingy. Extra attack, so here we are. Diancie gets +2, which is annoying. Comes in on my heavy slam. Does enough. A lot of rocky chip, shall we say? Rocky helmet chip does a fair chunk to me, which was annoying. But right here, protect just to try and get something. But this is a big mistake now. I protect again. Now if he nasty plotted right there, it probably would have been not game over, I can still pivot around, but would have been on the back foot. Don't know why he heat waves over them, but again we're still just back and forwards in. So he nasty plots, I roost, still can't really touch me even with Hurricane, it's not going to be doing enough. So he gets confusion and the second Hurricane takes me out, so I was wrong, it does do enough. I was under the impression it wouldn't, so Kyurem in to pressure him. Now here, his obvious switch is probably going to be, let's see first, if it's this turn, Tangrowth. So that was a bit foolish on his behalf, because what's going to come out is either Ice Beam or Freeze Dry. There's no need to predict or anything there, and Tangrowth is not taking it, so unless he's just using him as a pivotal sack here, I'm not sure, but that was quite obviously going to be a Freeze Dry coming out into Diancie, so I have to leave for Diggersby. Now, I have absolutely no idea why I went into Diggersby and not into Celesteela. Maybe, probably because I was at 66% health, maybe I didn't want to take 2, whereas I knew Diggersby would eat 1 up at least. But, yep, managed to eat the 1 up into Celesteela, but it's exactly the same, so it was pointless. Get a special attack drop, which is annoying, but going to send in Tornadus, which I like my Leech Seed here. I'm glad it hit because I'm getting that little bit extra thingy back into Gyarados. Now this is where I make a huge mistake. I should have just shouldn't have Mega Evolved. I forgot to turn myself into Dark, lose flying, so that becomes super effective and not very effective. I mean, it might have KO'd because he's not exactly known for being particularly bulky. And again here, Flash Cannon. There was absolutely no point me Flash Cannoning there. It's like absolutely everything is in range now of Freeze Dry, so I'm just wasting time. Freeze Dry would have been much better there, and I wouldn't have had to take this that. So into Diggersby. Fog Blast missed again. That wasn't exactly a great switch, but I suppose at this point I don't need Diggersby. He is my weak link. and that miss was just very useful on my behalf. So I get quite lucky here. Heat wave, not doing enough, so another quick attack would take him out, but he switches into Diancie. Again, quick attack, taking damage. Another one. Now, him here, he is now within freeze dry range. So, when I come into kyurem here, there's absolutely no reason for me not to be clicking freeze dry. Flash cannon was a mistake. Freeze dry is just optimally just a much better move overall. Wouldn't have forced in a Celesteela, so Celesteela will stayed alive, which obviously now I don't know why I'm protecting. It's not going to help much at all. Granted, a little bit of extra health, but I'm not living another hit regardless. So he goes down. Back into kyurem, who literally is going to freeze dry to victory. Especially with that switch out, because he can't outspeed me. He knows he can't. So he needs a grassy glide, which obviously is banded, is locked in. But even a banded grassy glide is not enough. So that there is good game. As we finish it out, Tornado comes in and takes freeze dry, nothing else to it, and he's gone. Overall, granted, I could have won. Did I deserve the win this match? No. I got it anyway, but I could have won off my own merit, I'd say. I mean, he still played very well. He had a few misses which went in my favour. I think we both played well, but generally I do think I made a lot more mistakes than Jamie over here. So, tell me what you think. Leave a like, subscribe, tell me what you want to see, tell me how trash my gameplay is, tell me how brilliant my thumbnail is, and I shall see you next week.